Yes, everyone. So we are in the class in this session on a sunny day, of course, because it's not raining at all. Everyone, let's start with a prayer. And this prayer simply states, may everyone be happy, healthy, and may everyone grow together, evolve together, learn together, and of course, flourish together. ॐ सहना भवतु सहनो भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ Everyone simply rub your hands onto your eyes and relax. Okay. So today in this class of sustainability and peace psychology, we'll be learning conflict resolution. Okay, conflict resolution. Till now, we have already discussed about what are the conflicts, what are the various type of biases that we find, especially the psychological biases which are there because of which we are not being able to maintain that sustainable environment, that sustainable friendship, that sustained compassion and sustained humanity for future. So we'll be targeting more on the conflict resolutions, not only on the level of nations, but also on personal levels. And of course, that can be of use for your own lives and of course in your profession as well. Okay, so from here, I'll be sharing the presentation. Before that, I simply wish to ask whether you are able to hear me and am I visible to you as well? Okay, Swayam, thank you so much. Yeah, done. So, you all know what conflict is. We have studied it like in very much detail till now. Whether it's a Russia-Ukraine war, whether it's the conflict within a family, or whether it was Mahabharata at that point of time, or whether it's something that happens in a workplace, okay, or maybe within groups or in the societies or different communities. Major thing that we need to understand is that whatever is the reason behind conflict, what are the ways to resolve it? What are the ways through which we can approach to solve it and get ahead with more compassion and something that we can strive towards flourishing or flourishing life, to be very honest. Okay. So, as soon as you'll be able to see the PPT, just let me know. It's a very simple one, though. Okay. Yes, I hope you can see it. Give me a thumbs up if you can. Good. You can see the PPT? Is it visible to you all? Yeah. Thank you, Siona. Fine. Now, conflict resolution theory and techniques. Now, pay very keen attention and be focused because these might help you in your own conflict resolution as well, and definitely, as I said, for the nation's level. So there are four basic principles that operate and that underlie the most approaches towards conflict resolution. The first one the first one is conflict resolution being a cooperative endeavor. Cooperative. So if you want conflict to be resolved, the first thing that is expected is cooperation. Okay. Cooperation from two things can be there, and sometimes cooperation from the things which are within us can be there. Now, what about the within us things? This things which are outside can be very much understood कि अगर दो parts हैं दोनों आपस में लड़ रहे हैं उनके बीच में conflict हो रहा है तो we can of course understand कि अच्छा उन दोनों का cooperation required है. What about us? तो जो कॉन्फ्लिक्ट हमारे अंदर हो रहा है उसके अंदर भी कुछ एंटाइटीज हैं. Okay, as I said, this time Mahabharata is not happening outside, somewhere outside. It's happening here in our mind, in our psychologies, and of course with our thinking patterns. तो अंदर भी कुछ एंटाइटीज है जैसे कि आपका ब्रेन, इंटेलेक्ट, आपका माइंड, आपके इमोशंस, आपका बिहेवियर. अगर इसे सम अप करें तीन चीजों में तो you'll be getting three things. One is your thoughts, second is your emotions, and third is your behavior. That's it. Okay, पहले भी हम डिस्कस कर चुके हैं। जब इन तीनों चीजों में लाइक अप्रोच एक साथ नहीं होती है, कोऑपरेशन नहीं होता है, तब प्रॉब्लम आती है। यानी कि आपका मन सोच रहा है कुछ और, इट इज डिजायरिंग समथिंग दैट इज नॉट गुड फॉर यू। Maybe it wanna like go for some Netflix movie, but it's your exam tomorrow. So your brain is asking you to study for exam, and your behavior is totally going in a total different sense. It's neither doing the Netflix, neither doing the exam. It's just there lying on the bed and thinking what to do. Okay, that's also one scenario that you can imagine. And it's very common to us that most of the people like waste their time in just thinking, in just planning, which is so vague and so you can say it's in the air and not something that we can call as workable statement. Okay, so there we need to understand that cooperation is required. And in Vedic terms, not only Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam, but also we have this Sahana Bhavatu that I said. And also we have Samanjasya. Samanjasya means togetherness and working together. Okay, so there are mantras and there are prayers that we pray for. May our mind, body, soul, and our intellect, may these work together for a good will. Okay, so when this cooperation happens, things go in the right direction. When the cooperation from a team of the members in a team happen, again the team can approach and can achieve more better. Okay, so this cooperation is required within yourself and even outside. Got the point? Easy to understand. Second one is the solutions sought are integrative ones. It's not that any difficult problem or any major problem has one sort solution for every time, okay, or maybe for every problem. It's not happening. So we try out different things. There must be an error in trial method. There can be, and there can be times when something that worked for you yesterday is not working for you today. That's all fine. I think we should know how to integrate on things, how to integrate the solutions, right? Whether if you have a fight with one of your friend, if your friend is asking you and is expecting something out of you, and you cannot do it, is it a possibility that you can integrate certain solutions? Okay, is it a possibility that you can talk out, and even if you're not being able to, then you can make him or understand that what is actually happening. Okay, let's take another example here. So if a country, now it's on not among your peer, but it's the next level, which is of course on the level of nations. If one nation is having a lot of coal, if another nation is having maybe oil, okay, so they can exchange it or they can do a deal. And like India has been doing a lot of deals with other countries. And this is how the integrative solutions can be found out. When there was a corona time, everyone was looking for some vaccine, everyone was looking for something that they can use for like eradicating not only that particular virus, but of course to for the people to get well sooner. Okay, so what they did, integrative solutions can be employed. Some people followed Ayurveda, some people went for vaccine which was developed maybe outside the country. Some people went for the ones which are there in our own country. It was a hard time, no doubt, but we must not stick to one single solution. We can integrate them, we can combine them, we can try which one is working better, and then we can go for something which works like the way you wish to. Okay. Next, the foundation is an understanding of all parties' interests. Now, this is something that I've already told you. Okay, foundation वहां पे आती है जहां पे हमें ये पता चलता है that everyone's viewpoint is actually correct from their view. Okay, so we do have a perception. और हम सबका perception different है, हम सबके interests different है. And I think you have watched a lot of movies. In some movies, it is also there. Suppose a person is going to do business with maybe with the old forts. Okay. So there is an idea. One is to like utilize it for business as a whole. Okay. Second idea is to make it a tourism spot as well, so that उसका जो ओरिजिनल एसेंस है वो बना रहे. सिमिलरली अगर फॉरेस्ट में कोई अपना कुछ स्टार्ट करना चाहता है तो इंस्टेड ऑफ कटिंग आउट ऑन फॉरेस्ट दे कैन प्लान कि क्यों ना हम कुछ ऐसा बनाएं कि वो फॉरेस्ट फील भी उनको आए, वो टूरिज्म स्पॉट भी हो जाए और वो हीलिंग एंड वेलनेस सेंटर का भी काम करे. एंड पीपल वुड लव टू कम इन द नेचुरल सेटिंग जहाँ पे कोई भी चीज़ आप प्रोवाइड कर रहे हो. दैट कैन बी एनी बिजनेस. ठीक है, बड़ा बिजनेस भी हो सकता है, बट यस यू कैन ऑफ कोर्स को वर्क टुगेदर. यू कैन ऑफ कोर्स नो कि जितने भी पार्टीज हैं उनके अपने अपने इंटरेस्ट कौन से हैं, उसके बेसिस पे यू कैन फाइंड दैट आउट. नेक्स्ट इज दिस principles to practice. Okay, one is left, right? Okay, so this is both the process and its outcome are non-violent. ये है कि आप जिस भी प्रोसेस से कॉन्फ्लिक्ट रेजोल्यूशन कर रहे हो वो नॉन वायलेंट होना चाहिए. ऐसा नहीं है कि आपने मार ताड़ के बस दो दो बच्चों को या फिर जो भी कॉन्फ्लिक्ट कर रहे हैं उनको अपने साइड में बिठा दिया. उसके प्रोसेस और उसका आउटकम नॉन वायलेंट होना चाहिए. दैट्स अ गुड कॉन्फ्लिक्ट रेजोल्यूशन अप्रोच. ओके, नेक्स्ट. नेक्स्ट पे आ जाते हैं जो इसके अंडर काम करता है. अपना जो ये सेशन है दिस विल बी ऑफ in fact is going to end quite sooner itself क्योंकि ये सिर्फ 40 to 45 minutes का है. so not a lot of time left. From principle to practice. okay, मैं आपकी अटेंडेंस भी यहाँ पे मार्क कर ही देती हूँ before getting ahead with this. Done. Okay, let's come to this as well. So वन इज बिल्डिंग ए कोऑपरेटिव ओरिएंटेशन. यहाँ पे तीन चीजें बस मेंशन जो है यहाँ पे उसे आप समझ लो. इंडिविजुअलिस्टिक ओरिएंटेशन, हमारे खुद के कंसर्न और हमारे खुद के आउटकम्स के बेसिस पे. एंड अल्ट्रिस्टिक ओरिएंटेशन जिसमें आप ये भी देखते हैं कि सामने वाले को ज्यादा नुकसान ना हो, कॉन्फ्लिक्ट रिजॉल्व हो जाए, बट सिर्फ हमारी हमारी माने जाए इज नॉट गोइंग टू वर्क. whether it's a conflict at your family level, हो सकता है कि आपकी फैमिली वाले आपसे कोई करियर चूज करवाना चाहते हैं. मे बी यू विश टू गो इन टू द फैशन इंडस्ट्री एंड दे विश यू टू लाइक गो फॉर यूपीएससी और समथिंग, और मे बी अदर वे अराउंड. ऐसा भी हो सकता है. आई हैव इवन heard a case in which the people or the parents wanted her daughter to go for designing, but the daughter wished to do like MBA and BA in psychology and become a psychotherapist or a psychologist. So what is happening here, थोड़ा सा कॉन्फ्लिक्ट आ जाता है. तो इंस्टेड ऑफ like directly stating out that okay this is what I want and this is what I'll do, you can approach in a different way. Okay, you must have that emotional competence in you and that communication power in you to state and share that because of these and these reasons I won't be able to pursue it, but I'll try. Okay, maybe you can do one diploma out there, or maybe just for the sake of learning you can go for it. Okay, so not going like a totally in opposite direction. Of course, you must pursue what you are good at, what you're skilled at, and what your future you wish to look like. Okay, so of course you should go the this way. But instead of facing that conflict, that negativity in your home, I think it's better that you know what the other person is concerned about. Is he or she concerned about the financial things, or your stability, or what they have faced? So you have to understand that, and very nicely and carefully you need to understand what cooperation looks like. then a competitive orientation might also be required. Okay, so it is characterized by a desire to do better, okay, than the other party. इसमें इंटीग्रेटिव सॉल्यूशंस नहीं आएंगे, बट कुछ जगह पे ये अप्रोच भी थोड़ा सा काम करता है, बट ऑफ कोर्स इट्स लाइक इन डिफरेंट सिनेरियोज. Like if the other party is totally wrong and is doing violent things and is going for something which is not right and which is wrong, and that can be the conflicts between the terrorism and a nation, that can be a conflict between corruption and the nation. Okay, in that case we have to like very strictly be that competitive orientation that we need to find out. Okay, okay, so war does bring peace when the situation is so, but the intention still remains of purity, of power, of love. Okay, so intention is still not to harm someone. Intention is still to establish the love, and to establish that love and to establish that stability and to establish that peace, if we need to like go for violence, that's a different thing, and that comes in competitive orientation. And next comes active listening for interest. सुनना आना चाहिए. How many times you have been into conflict but you just don't want to listen? अभी तक हम आप खुद भी सोच करके देखो कितनी बार तो लड़ाइयाँ सिर्फ इसी बात पे हो जाती है, कोई सुनने वाला ही नहीं है, और ये चीजें बहुत ज्यादा बोली भी जाती है, हमारी कोई सुनता ही नहीं. ओके, बट दिस इज नॉट हैपनिंग. एवरीवन वांट्स टू जस्ट से, नोबडी इज देयर टू लिसन. सो वो जो एक्टिव लिसनिंग है जिसके अंदर आप अवेलेबल हैं विद ऑल योर सेंसेस एंड यू कैन एक्नॉलेज दैट यस, हम कॉन्फ्लिक्ट को पहले एक्नॉलेज करेंगे, अपनी पोजीशन को समझेंगे, आपको समझेंगे, केयरफुल लिसनिंग के साथ साथ हम आर्टिकुलेट करेंगे उनके इंटरेस्ट को, हमारे इंटरेस्ट को, और फिर धीरे एक सॉल्यूशन की तरफ जाएंगे, मे बी टुगेदर और मे बी इन डिफरेंट वेज. ओके, सो एक्टिव लिसनिंग इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. उससे आपकी स्किल, आपकी एम्पैथी, रिफ्लेक्शन, समराइजिंग, कई बार ऐसा होता है कि प्रॉब्लम इतनी बड़ी होती ही नहीं है एंड यू एंड अप सेइंग सो मेनी बैड थिंग्स कि उसकी वजह से प्रॉब्लम हो जाती है, राइट? ऐसा भी होता है. सो इट्स बेटर that you clear things out in advance, and when your fire is high, that means if your blood is warm, it's better not to get into disputes because your mind is not working. कहते हैं ना that my temper is lost if a person is not like in a good mood and is in anger, कहते हैं टेम्पर इज लॉस्ट. तो जिसका टॉप फ्लोर अगर खाली है तो वो बेचारा कैसे अच्छे से डिसीजन ले पाएगा? So it is true that we must not take decisions when our blood is warm and when we are in anger or we are hostile. Next, analysis and communication. Analysis and communication. What is this then? Of one's own needs. Sometimes आप जो चीजें बोल रहे होते हैं सामने वाला समझ नहीं पाता और कॉन्फ्लिक्ट में आ जाता है, बट जब आप क्लियर करते हैं कि ऐसा मैं इसलिए बोल रहा हूँ, दीज आर द रीजंस व्हाई आई एम डूइंग इट, दिस इज व्हाट आई एम वरीड अबाउट. सो इफ maybe your mom says that okay, get back before a particular time, you'll be agitated, you'll be saying why always, why you did that, not everyone is going to do that, and so many things else. But the moment you realize that she is expressing to you that this is what I'm worried about, this is how it's hampering me, or maybe you say to some of your friends that okay, please do work out on these things. Maybe your team leader says, being into a profession, saying that please do it by this weekend. तो हो सकता है आप उसे एज एन ऑर्डर लो और ना करो, बट जब आप बताते हो कि इसकी रिक्वायरमेंट क्यों है और इसको कैसे हमारी ना सिर्फ कंपनी के लिए बल्कि हमारी ग्रोथ के लिए इम्पोर्टेंट है, तो सामने वाला समझता है. सो द एनालिसिस थ्रू योर माइंड, थ्रू योर ब्रेन, एंड देन कम्युनिकेशन, अ प्रॉपर कम्युनिकेशन, ऐसी स्टेटमेंट्स को यूज करना, आई थिंक मेक्स अ वेरी बिग डिफरेंस, राइट? तो इसमें क्या डिफेंसिवनेस वाली चीजें, instead of using them, you statements, okay, you always did that, or maybe you are the one who always is the culprit, or you never understand me. So this is something which is going to make ruin, which are going to ruin the things, right? So it's better that you should be open with the communication, be transparent with the communication, and will be more gentle and straight with your needs and communication and analysis. Okay, I think that works better. Next is brainstorming, and with this, I think with this will be ending in a few minutes. Brainstorming. ओके हम कई बार सीधा डिसीजन ले लेते हैं बिना सॉल्यूशंस को पूरी तरीके से देखे, भले ही वो किसी भी लेवल पे हो। द मोमेंट यू ब्रेनस्टॉर्म, तो फिर वो सॉल्यूशंस आते हैं। बहुत सारे ऐसे सॉल्यूशंस आते हैं जो कभी किसी ने ट्राई ही नहीं किए हैं, बट यू ट्राई एंड इट वर्क। ठीक है, ऐसा भी हो जाता है। तो कुछ ऐसे क्रिएटिव ऑप्शंस आ जाते हैं चीजों को रिजॉल्व करने के। तो इट्स बेटर दैट यू सिट अ while, एंड इट्स फाइन इफ यू गेट bored, इट्स फाइन इफ यू रिलैक्स फॉर अ while. But the moment you think it with your imagination, okay, if this is the problem, what all can be the solutions? It either it can be a funnel shaped thing, maybe there are so many solutions in this, then you select one, or maybe it can be the other way around, the inverted funnel, in which you have one problem, one major solution, but you are trying the same solution in different ways and manners. So it can be broader terms as well. So maybe funnel up or funnel inverted, you can find out and brainstorm for new solutions, for new strategies that you can like do. It can be with flexibility, with creativity, and your thinking should be open. Yesterday, we were discussing in the class about what can be done if sustainability is not being maintained, especially when you're buying on things and people are looking for different variety of products. Like ड्यूरेबिलिटी पे इतना फोकस नहीं है, सिर्फ फैशन पे फोकस है। तो अगर आप कोई चीज खरीद रहे हो, बट इमेजिन हाउ मेनी बैग्स यू हैव लाइक थ्रॉन and how many phones you have discarded just because they are of no use now, right? But they're still in the dump yard, still on this earth, and the earth is trying to decompose them. But right, it's so is there a means and way through which they can be recycled, or maybe the company producing them or the entrepreneurs can look for an idea through which they can be recycled or they can be reused, or maybe they can develop a whole new linked portfolio or a ground in which they are making something else out of those recycled products, or maybe provide you with some discounts when you return the ton of or one off product. Okay, there are many solutions that can come out with the conflict within people or between environment and people. The environment is not going to yell at you. The environment is simply going to show a lot of disasters, and that occurred like a time later in as a whole group. So I think उससे बचने के लिए it's better कि हम environment का ऐसे ही ध्यान रखें जैसे हम अपना ध्यान रखते हैं. The role of emotions. अक्सर कॉन्फ्लिक्ट बातों का इतना नहीं होता है जितना इमोशंस का हो जाता है. इमोशन पे लग गई, बस वो हर्ट कर गई चीज, वो ईगो आ गई बीच में, राइट? वो आईनेस आ गया, हमें इतने सारे लोगों के सामने कैसे बोल दिया, वेंट आउट करने की जरूरत वहां पे क्यों पड़ी? ओके, सो दीज इमोशंस के साथ जब हम ड्रिवन हो जाते हैं तो वी एंड अप टेकिंग द decisions which are not in favor of both the parties, and sometimes it leads to more conflict. So I think being emotional is not good, but emotionally competent is better. तो जहाँ पे आप अपने इमोशंस को समझो और वो बिल्डअप होने से पहले ही आप ये समझ लो दैट ओके, आई थिंक वी शुड नॉट get driven by just emotions, but with logics. And of course, we must focus on what is good for both of us or for everyone which are present. Okay, so they should be controlled and expressed in a responsible manner. You can, of course, cry out at home or maybe in front of psychologist, but I think it will only create a more of hurt, anger, depression, fear, anxiety when you let your emotions and mind overpower you. So it's better because you're the soul, you're the central boss of your mind, you're the boss of your emotions. So you should hold that power to regulate them. ओके, तो देखो कि इसका कॉन्सिक्वेंस क्या होगा. और वैसे भी जब हम ऐसे भी तो इमेजिन कर ही लेते हैं ना कि अगर हम ये काम करेंगे तो प्रॉफिट कितना होगा. तो ये भी सोच करके देख लेना चाहिए कि अगर हमने ऐसे रिएक्ट किया तो इसका कॉन्सिक्वेंस क्या होगा। कई बार सेल्फ सेटिस्फेक्शन के लिए लोग जानबूझ के हॉटिंग स्टेटमेंट्स बोलते हैं। ओके, जस्ट वो करने के लिए, जिसे बोलते हैं कि ओके, हम लाइक वी आर फाइटिंग बैक, और मे बी अगर हम क्वाइट रहेंगे तो ये तो मतलब हो जाएगा दैट वी आर वीक। नो, आई थिंक आपको उनको रिएक्ट नहीं करना चाहिए जो आपकी लाइफ में इतना ज्यादा इम्पोर्टेंस नहीं रखते हैं, और जिससे आपका सिर्फ टाइम और एनर्जी और आपका जितना भी एम है उससे आप डिस्ट्रैक्ट हो जाए और टाइम एनर्जी वेस्ट हो जाए। That is of a more visionary and more intellectual thing to do. And finally, creating solutions. Win-win solutions. Both sides wins. हो ऐसे solutions हमें ढूंढने चाहिए। बहुत सारे एक ऐसी likelihood बने that it should be acceptable to everyone. More disciplined, more logical form of problem solving will be more better. अब यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा इन्वायरमेंट इश्यूज के बारे में भी बात आ गई है। ओके, जैसे मैंने आपको एग्जांपल दिया था वो वाला, जहाँ पे आपको जंगल में कुछ लाइक फॉरेस्ट के बीच में इफ यू वांट टू मेक समथिंग, सो दिस इज व्हाट इज रिटन, like either help the environment at the expense of a business or harm the business while protecting the environment. However, एक नया perspective वही कहता है कि let's grow together. Being environmentally friendly is not just a cost of doing business, but a driver of innovation, new market opportunities. आप redesign कर सकते हो अपने products को, fewer harmful materials use कर सकते हो, आपका जो raw product निकल रहा है या waste निकल रहा है, that should not be harming the rivers, the environment, and I think a business can cut manufacturing cost and save on inventory as well. That's not only a traditional view, but it's the one point solution that you can rely upon. Okay, so that's it for today. We did the conflicts management today, not only within ourselves, inter conflicts, then comes at the society level, community level, or maybe national level, international level. तो आपको कुछ approaches पता चली? If you have any question, feel free to ask. Here I'm stopping the screen share. Yes, anyone, free feel to ask questions, or maybe you can even ask any case study or any situation. No doubts, ma'am, from Swayam. Yes, Swayam. Good. Sabah, if you still have some conflict in your mind with someone or within your mind, look for a solution and go ahead with something that not only let you live life to its fullest, to a flourishing life, and of course to a happy life, more importantly. Okay. इतना क्या उलझना है हमें कि मन ही परेशान रहे, राइट? ओके, fine. I think your attendance is done and we can end our class. Okay. Let's thank you so much. Fine. Anyone else? Fine. Let's pray for everyone here. Okay, may everyone be healthy and happier. From here, I'm chanting the mantra, and it simply means that may everyone get good intellect, good vision, good emotions, power within their body, with their mind, with their emotions, and everything that is divine. Okay, from here I'm chanting it, and you simply imagine Mother Earth in front of you, and as if you're blessing Mother Earth and you being blessed as well through any god or divine that you believe in. Okay, or maybe the sun as part. ॐ स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यां परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महिषां गोब्राह्मणेभ्यो शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखमात् भवेत् श्रद्धां मेधां यशः प्रज्ञां विद्यां पुष्टिं श्रियं बलम् तेज आयुष्यम आरोग्यम देहि मे हव्यवाहना देहि मे हव्यवाहना. Rub your hands, everyone, onto your eyes. Thanks for sharing this love to Mother Earth. And be happy, enjoy your day, and let's meet tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Stay blessed, stay happy. Sadhu Pranam.